Wanted to put the camera on an angle, and it says I'm live right now. I don't know where to start. My audience is very low. I want to believe, whether it's true or not, but I know it's true because it's happened before and more than once. And it's something so simple, you're going to say, oh my God, I can't believe the guy made me wait this long, to hear that. Yeah, because it's you, me. It's both of us. It's you and me. The origins of truth can't come without the question. And if I had all the questions, I would most likely very privy to have all the answers, because having all the questions would mean I know all the questions. And once you know all the questions, then you're going to have a lot of answers mixed up, intertwined in those questions. So I began this video a little bit about, first of all, origins, or words that start with or why would a word start with OR? 15th and 18th letter equals the 33. What's inside of that? The 16th and 17th letter. And the thing about having the 16th and 17th letter inside is that if you want to connect the outside number, which is going to be 15 and 18, right, you're going to be connecting on two bands on each side. Right away talking about B, right away talking about 2 and 7, right away knowing 1 and 7 is inside of it. What does this mean? I look at numbers, I look at number formations. And I understand that when you have two groups and there's 8 people, to make it even, the numbers even would be 4 and 4. If there were 9 people, would be 4 and 5? Would be using that other person as like the extra person would be the goalie or the referee? So what I try to understand is the breakdown of other understanding the words. And then if I would say abnormal, abscess, abstract, understanding that in each of the words is A and B. So when you have A and it doesn't matter what it is, but you have A and B. So we have to understand, what is it doing, that A and B, if we didn't have the A and B there, right? Just like in the word original. Can original be, yes, I know this is numerology, but the numerology that I believe I do, or whatever you want to call it, okay, the program we are here watching right now, in which I use numbers or shapes, well, numbers are shapes, or letters, well, they're shapes, or dots and dashes, well, they're the beginning of creating of the shape. Or how about colors? How about colors that we didn't paint, but we can see as they are, as we have been taught, as orange noted to be the color of the sun, or blue, which is supposed to be everywhere, the blue planet, number 40, but only 40 in English. So I'm going to have to base that blue 40 in English off of other words and other colors and other numbers. And then I would do it in French off of other colors and other numbers. And then I do it in Spanish. And then I do it in Hebrew, right? And if I knew other languages, I'd probably get more mixed up. I'm good with 4. That's basically the basics of it. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it's the next 4. And then it's the 4 in between the 4, with it, the 1 connecting each one to the 3s, creating the 4. The chain link to the 1 3 1 3 1 3, the leap year in the 29th day. Oh my God, number 29. We can find number 29 using 7 and 6. We can find 7 and 6 by using 1 and 6. We can find number 13 or 1 and 3 by using 7 and 6. 7 and 6 is 13. We can find 2 and 4 from 7 and 6. Multiply 7 times 6. What are we doing? What are we doing? What is the action? Do we have action? Oh, I got numbers. Now we have action, so we actually have language, right? We have the verb, we have the adverb of the number or the situation. I'd like to, there's this one gentleman out there, I think his name was David Wynn Miller. And I don't care what anybody says about him because I've lived it myself. I know what this person says is like, is like, can I use the expression? Bang on. I think his name is David Wynn Miller, passed away at the age of 68, right at the Gateway. Numbers, how did they come to be? Do I have all the answers? No. But if I ask myself a question, I'm going to look for an answer, and it'd be just so lovely if there would be others out there to say, well, maybe this is possible. Look at it my way, what I can do with the number. And I'm going to go, okay, but we don't want to have too many steps. I like to do it in the understanding of how should we take these steps from which game. Like right now, don't you see a lot of soccer? A lot of that 90 minutes out there. You know, January and February, they squeeze together. January and February, just like first and second month. J and F. Well, that's perfect because the beginning of our game is JF. How so? How is it J and F? Scratch my head. I wish I could just point this camera down. Let me see if I can find something to point my camera down. One sec. Maybe I'll get the toaster. Just give me a minute. Okay. I think I got something to get the camera over the paper so I don't have to break my head. Let me see if I can get this here. Let me get this over here. Hold on just 1 second. And I'm going to check if I can do that. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I can do this. It's not looking too good, eh? I got to get the camera here. So how would I do that? No, that's too low. Let me see if I can put one box on top of the other box. And then, hold on. Let me see if I can do it this way. Let me see if I can do it this way. Hold it. I think I almost got it. Okay. Oh, hold on a second. I'm getting there. This is professional me, right? Whoop, hold on a second. Can I do that? Whoop, that's not good. They don't want me. Okay, I'm just gonna hold it. You know what? I should just take it out of its case because it's in its case, it's very awkward for me to do this. So hold on a second. Okay. I got it out of the case. My finger's on the camera. Okay, I knew this machine was going to cause me a little bit of a headache. So here's, where are we? Oh yes, here's 10 and 6, right? So what we got, that's how it all started, is A, B, C, or 1, 2, and 3. 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals to 6. Now we do know, and it's just ironic, that when I multiply this number, it also equals to 6. So right away, to start the whole game off, we have ABC from ABC. Okay, in fact, we have A, B, C, D, and H coming together. Let me show this to you. 6 times 6, 36. Well, because we're in the star system, I multiplied it. Right now, I'm going to add it, keep it in that four-way star. 6 plus 6, look at that. I got 1, 2, 3, and 6, right? And equals to this is 48. Now, what's ironic about this is that 8, okay, and 6 has the 7th gate dividing between it. Big deal. Let's not look at that. Here is 9, and here is 3. 3 times 6, 3 plus 6 is 18, and 9 equaling to 27. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 is 3 and 2 equaling to 5. So as we get one answer, we now get 2 answers. What comes from ABC? Now, what we do next is we add on the D to it. And once we get 6 plus D, 4 equals to 10. So that's what really it is. It's AB. I just made this longer than it should be right now. ABCD 10, ABC 6, and the differences in between is here. 1/3 and 2/3 of your original 12. 4 times 8, 4 plus 8 equals to 32 and 12 equaling to 44. So here is your JF6. So I'm just trying to remember what we were talking about. Jiminy Crickets. I seem to have lost my place. And I don't know if I can see any of the comments that are coming on here. Do you know that? I'm going to have to take a look. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to look on my phone now. Hold on a second. Hold on. Just give me a minute. Here. Oh, it shows me there's a live. Shows me there's a heart. Doesn't show me any. Oh, I can even hear myself talk. Look. Okay, we're just going to shut that off and stop playing silly over here. Anyways, I forget why I brought up that actuality, but it's 66, and 66 connects our moon area, just like this. Here's number 7. Here's number 5. Here's number 5, and here's number 7, right? I mean, you can also say to me, well, what if we did that as number 7? And where would we put number 5? Would we put number 5 over here, and then what would we connect it with a 6? Like that? I'm just trying to think. Can we do that? No, I don't do it that way. Here's a 5, here's a 7, and I connect it like that. There's number 6, connecting 5 and 7, and here's number 6, connecting 5 and 7. Here's number 7, and number 8 is in between, connecting both 6 and 8, right here, and 7. And it's 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, will equal to 8 and 6. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 will equal to 8 and 6, equaling to 14. And when you look at this, which is house planet, right? This is 3/4 of this. One is 3/4, the one is 4 out of 4. Unless we look at it this way, it's, what is the answer? It's 27. Whoop. I have a low battery, but just give me a second. I'm going to plug it in and continue on. Sorry about that. Sorry about all those inconveniences. Just give me 1 second. I got to get the plug here. I'm babysitting some doggies. Babysitting some dogs. Wow, I can't even do it there. Okay, I'm going to have to stay on the counter here and get this done, because just give me a second. See, there's one of the doggies. How do you plug this in? Just 1 second. Wow, hold on. Oh, there it is. Okay, you're still there? Just give me a second. I'm coming back. Okay, so we have, I was speaking about this here first, right? The 4 and 8. When you have 3 parts, we're talking about hockey, okay? Over here, you have 3 parts. 1 part is the 4 and 2 parts of the 8. Well, why can't I say I have a total of 12 and 4 is 1/3 of 12 and 8 is 2/3 of 12? This goes for the ring, and this goes for the pole. It's the same thing as Rubik's Cube. Same thing as Rubik's Cube. This turns this way, and this way. That's 6. Your square turns 6. I'm not talking how many levels there are on this. Yes, we were talking about original. I'm not the only one who did this, right? But I went over what somebody else did, and what they did in Fibonacci is when they got to 8 and 5, 13, 1 and 3 is 4. but they only use the first area number. They only use the one primary and binary. Let me show you what I mean, one primary and binary. These two answers are the same if understood properly. In binary code, the first 0 is 1. 1. The second 0 is 2. 2 plus 1 equals to 3. The same thing goes over here. Well, how can this be like this if this is like this? And by the way, we're going to use the initials JC like in Jesus Christ, or 51 and 52 as like an Earth and Mars. You know, Earth and Mars, but just don't tell me it's me, matter, or energy. Or if you want to look at it, we can look at September, which the number sept equals to 7, okay? But it's in the 9th month of the year, right? Which is 270 degrees. Am I getting that right? 270 degrees inside the house of Geight. How many months are done? There's 3 months left over. 90 degrees for every 3 months, 30 degrees a month, 360 degrees. So here in this section over here is binary code. 1 and 1 equals to 2. The first 0 is 1. The second 0 is 2. 1 and 1 equals to 2. And they're both correct in their own realm. I was just looking at the double dice and how we can work it over here. Well, in all actuality, right, the double dice doesn't start until this section over here, until number 2. So I'm assuming we're going to start binary code over here and not begin 1 off the board. If I don't begin 1 off the board, then we have to understand when we begin Fibonacci, should we be beginning Fibonacci as 1 and 1, 1 off the board, then 1 onto the board. And we go this way. Every 4th number, as like the leap year, is done through this. So we end up with 4 times 15 areas, right? 4 zeros that end up in each section. And here is the final one before it begins all over again. That's 60, like the 60 seconds on the clock, okay? And if you want to look at these zeros, right, we have them between 15 seconds is the division of that 15-second mark, or the 90 degrees, each one of their 90 degrees. And don't forget, every separation uses up a percentage in itself. Like 45 degrees will be 44 and 46. We need to take a complete area inside of it. Just like you need to get 10 yards for a first down, we have to understand the reasoning behind it, and it's not just because of 10 yards. So when we count this out, it becomes 1, 2, 3, and then the leap year. And then 1, 2, 3, and the leap year. 3, 1, and 1, 2, 3, and the leap year. And 1, 2, 3, and the leap year, 1, 2, 3, and the leap year. So there's going to be an equation for this. Now, this is when you work in quarters of 15, when you work up to the 0 mark. But when you work in 20s, instead of in 15s, it becomes 3 times 20. So you'd have 15 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you'd have 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So your second mark would be here. Your first mark was over here, is 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Your other mark was over here on 20. And then your next mark would be over here at the end, and you would have used up all 60 using this process over here. Okay, this is where the cube comes in. This one over here is when the quarters come in. Also to note that this one here would be AE, and this one here would be B and F. And this is just hypothetical, and the reason for that is when you add up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it equals to 15. And when you add up 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it equals to 20. The difference between the top one and the bottom one are the 1 and the 6. Here we don't use the 6. Here we do not use the 1. It's the same thing when it comes to, just 1 second, I don't know if I should have it. I should have it. I think I wrote it out enough. Okay, I don't. Maybe I have it in this book. think I did this yesterday too. Okay, I don't. I'm going to show you what it is. It's right over here. When you connect 1 and 8, and you connect 2 and 7, and you connect 4 and 5, and you connect 6 and 3, each one of those is 9. And you're not connecting the 9. You're not connecting the 9. And when you look at it, the design is 11. X1 is 11, or 33. In the second one, over here, you connect 3 and 8, 11, 2 and 9, 11, 5 and 6, 11, 4 and 7. And you're not connecting the 1 over here. So you're not connecting the 1 or the 9, and you're equivalent to 9, 11, and the numeric value, okay, that's going to, how do I look into this camera? I don't like what it is. Where's the camera? Is the camera down there, up there? Okay, I'm looking up. That means I should be this way. Oh, that's upside down. Okay. It's here. Like, how do you get your... Okay, that's right. Just enough to mix me up, right? Just enough to mix me up. Yeah, so you have... I'm gonna switch this around again, because 38, 19, 57, 76. I mean, I can keep going on to 95, and then I can say 114, but I don't like to do that, right? I don't want to do that. I'm going to go 114, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, or 57 twice, 1, 2, 3, 4 once, then 1, 2, 1, 2, starting again, right? 1, 2, here's on the third one, and then 1, 2, and then on the third one. So this would be 57 over here. I'm just trying to see. Yes, 2 times 57 is 114. So what I'd rather do is 19 over 19. 9 and 9 is 18. 1 and 1 is 2. And then it becomes 27 and 3. And then it becomes 36 and 4. And I have to stop here because this is where the mirror is, right over here. Right? It only goes 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And then you flip to the other side. So at 3/4, it flips to the other side. And it's the same thing with a cube. You see, if I put my pen on this side, I can go this way, I can go this way, I can go this way, and I can go this way. So I've hit 4 sides, but I can't get to the other side, right? But when I move it 1, right, that's fine. In order to get to the other side, I got to move it twice to flip it upside down. So I move it once, I move it twice. The same thing with A, B, C, D. 1, 2, 3 equals to 6. On the fourth one, it equals to 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. I started over again. The same thing when it comes to a leap year, the same over here. So this is going to be 4 and 9. That's the answer to this one over here. It's 4 and 9, it's 3 and 9, it's 2 and 9, and it's 1 and 9. Your basic creation comes out of this one over here. And that number, I'm going to get back to the Fibonacci in a minute. Let me get back to the Fibonacci in a minute. I'm not going to get, I'll get back to that. This is what I wanted to show you here, is that we're 1 and 1. We'll create 1 and 2, and 2 and 1, 1 and 2. It doesn't matter which way. This number here creates all these numbers up here. It creates 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9. 11 came out of here. 20 came out of here. Okay, 41 came out of here. So from 5 and 6, the other way to create from 5 and 6, right, is going to be 2 and 4. These two are going to work together as inverts to each other. How do I do that? 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 equals to what is 8 and 6 equals to 14. So this creates this, creates this. This creates this, creates this. That means this 3 and 2,
over here, this 8 and 6 over here. This is where the dividing seventh gate comes in, right over here. So anyways, just what I want to get to is this will create all this. I'll end up at 29. This and this is your 29. From this, I get this number, which gives me this number, and it stops at this number. This number stops at this number. Then we break down to 27. Now 27, this number over here, 27, or 72, whichever way you want it, at the end will break down to this number over here. This number over here will continue to be the same number that it is. And these two numbers, what this creates, comes back down over here. 1 and 5, 1 times 5, 1 plus 5 is 6 and 5. 6 and 5 created from within itself. This number keeps repeating. From number 15, again, number 15, back to 1 and 5 again. Number 16 is not the same. Number 16 will create what is 2 and 4, right? 2 and 4 will create 14 after. Where did we get the 2 and 4? 2 and 4 right over here. 1 times 6, 1 plus 6 equals 6 and 7. 6 times 7 is 24. Then this will create 5 and 4. 2 times 14, 1 times 4, 1 plus 4, 5 and 4. So this is going to create this, where we started off at 16, and then we have the number 15. They're both going to create the same thing inside of itself. So we have to understand how the breakdown. So our major breakdown is every time we understand how we get to 1, 9. The next one would be 2, 9, or 1, 8, and 2, 8, or 1, 7, and 2, 7, and 1, 6, and 2, 6. These are the trains, by the way. And 1, 5, and 2, 5, and 1, 4, and 2, 4. This is the beginning of it, right over here. The 1, 3 ends up over here, and this one over here. And the 1, 2 ends up over here. So somehow this is supposed to be male, and this is supposed to be female. But the male ends up in the sun, and the woman, female, ends up in the moon. When you end up in the sun, you're over here. When you end up in the moon, you're over here. But that's on 3 by 19. But there's 4 altogether before you flip to the other side. There's 4 altogether before you flip to the other side. Here is the ring of 4. Here is the pole of 2. What I mean is it's 4 movements. I can move from here to here to here. And then if I have to move the opposite of this side, call this 1, 90 degrees, call this 2, 90 degrees, call this 3. If I have to go to 4, 90 degrees, 4 is on this side. I have to go 180. I cannot move. My next move is going to produce something. Perhaps my next move is going to be an automatic move this way. I don't know. So we understood how this 9/11 scenario comes out, and these, by the way, are the reason for AI right now, the AI moon. So we talked about those numbers. I'm going to come back to the Fibonacci to end it right now. And inside of this, like I said, I'm going to come up with some kind of numerapsychology out of this. Also to note that the first one ends up at 15. This will create 11 with inside of it. This will create 3 with inside of it. This will create 11 as well, and this one will create 6. So it's going to be actually 6, 2, 3, 2. The position of where these zeros are. Anyways, the last piece I want to talk about, because I'm not really sure what I'm getting to with this. Oh, I marked it over here. 6, 29, 11, 6 and 5, 11 and 3. Just give me a second. I'm trying to remember what I was getting to with this. Yes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect. We end up at 0 here. So what happens if I eliminate the first one? Saying that the first one is off the board. And just start here, 1 and 1 and 9 and 2. Or should I just go 0, 1, and then 1 and 1 is 2, and 9 and 2 is 11, 1 and 1 is 2, and then 3 and 2 is 5, and then I'm going to build something up out of this. Let me see if I did everything here. This, if you want to call it the casket or sarcophagus or whatever you want to call it, this is drawn. Can I do that? This box is drawn up not by choice, but by the choice of the Mayan. And the reason for that is this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I connect 1 and 6. I connect 4 and 9. 1 and 6, 7, 4 and 9, 13. The Mayan stone, the cycles they move work in 13s and 4s. Remember, we have 9, right? But in the 9 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4 and 9, 13. 5 and 8, 13. 6 and 7, 13. So we have like that. 13, 13, 13, 39 angels. And on the top side, we have basically the same thing, like the matrix system, right? But on the top side, it's 7, 7, 7. The last thing I want to mention is the words, when you see the words of the coming together, 2 letters and 3 letters, 21 and 33, 21 and 33, 33 voids and 21 dots, 14 and 7. When you're combining them, otherwise you're combining 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, void to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dots. This will equal to 33, 8 and 3, 11, 7 and 4, 11, 6 and 5, 11, Raphael 7286, and a constellation of Pegasus. All you got to know is we live in the cat house, and we got to pick up everything that we know in order to learn. Thank you for watching this video.